What's up, series finders? Welcome back to the couch, where we talk about shows that will absolutely shatter your brain into a million tiny pieces and then glue it back together just to break it again. Today we're diving into series that specialize in one thing, making you scream at your screen at 2 a.m. going, "Wait, what?" and then immediately starting the next episode because you need answers. And yes, before we jump in, all the streaming info for these shows is waiting for you in that first pinned comment, so check it out. Now grab your snacks, silence your phone, and let's get into some mind-bending television that'll have you questioning everything. Trust no one, believe nothing, let's go. Okay, so imagine your grief support group bestie is actually hiding the worst secret imaginable. And I'm talking absolutely catastrophic levels of oh no. But also you're kind of a hot mess yourself, so who are you to judge? This show is like if wine nights with your darkly hilarious friend turn into a full-blown crime situation that spirals so beautifully out of control you can't look away. Christina Applegate and Linda Cardellini have this electric chemistry that makes you root for them even when they're making the worst decisions possible, and I mean truly terrible choices that somehow feel completely justified in the moment. The comedy is pitch black, the drama hits like a freight train, and just when you think you've figured out where it's going, boom! James Marsden shows up doing double duty in the most deliciously soapy way possible. It's grief. It's rage, it's darkly funny, it's heartbreaking, and it will gut you while making you laugh. Every episode ends on a note that makes you physically unable to stop watching, and the way they layer secrets upon more secrets is chef's kiss level perfection. This is dead to me, and trust me, you're gonna live for every twisted minute. Alright, picture this. Heaven exists, but it's run like a quirky neighborhood with frozen yogurt shops and chaos, and you're definitely not supposed to be there. This show takes philosophy, ethics, and the entire concept of what makes a good person and throws it into a blender with the most wholesome, chaotic ensemble cast you've ever seen. The first season twist is legendary. Like, even if you know it's coming, it still hits different when you watch it unfold because the execution is just that brilliant. Kristen Bell plays someone trying to figure out morality, while Ted Danson is absolutely thriving as the architect of this whole situation, and the entire cast just vibes together so perfectly, it feels like comfort food for your soul. But don't let the bright colors and silly humor fool you. This show will make you think deeply about what it means to be a decent human, while also making you cackle at increasingly ridiculous scenarios. It's smart without being pretentious, funny without being shallow, and every season takes the concept somewhere completely unexpected. The way they keep reinventing the format while staying true to the characters is absolute genius level television writing. This is The Good Place, and it's forkin' fantastic. Listen, when a show opens with a plane crash on a mysterious island and then throws polar bears and smoke monsters at you, you know you're in for something absolutely unhinged. This is the series that defined mystery box television and had everyone at work arguing about theories every single week. We're talking 6 seasons of what is happening mixed with genuinely beautiful character development and flashbacks that hit you right in the feelings. Sure, some people have opinions about the ending, we're not getting into that today, but the journey is absolutely worth it because every episode gives you answers while asking 10 more questions. The cast is phenomenal, the island keeps revealing new layers of weird, and the way they use time as a storytelling device is mind-bending in the best way. You've got secret organizations, time travel shenanigans, numbers that haunt you forever, and character arcs that will make you sob into your pillow at 3 a.m. Even if you know the major beats, experiencing this wild ride is something special because it's not just about the mysteries, it's about the people. This is Lost, and honestly, you need to find it. Okay, German television said, let's make the most complicated, time-bending, family tree nightmare of a show, and then proceeded to deliver one of the most beautifully crafted mysteries ever put on screen. Children are disappearing in a small town, but that's just the surface level because this thing goes deep into decades of secrets, time travel, and family connections that'll have you frantically drawing diagrams to keep track. The atmosphere is oppressively dark and moody in the absolute best way. Every scene feels heavy with dread and mystery, and the way they reveal information is perfectly paced to keep you desperately clicking next episode. You'll need to pay full attention because one small detail in episode 2 becomes crucial in season 3, and the payoff is so satisfying when everything clicks into place. The German cast is incredible, and honestly, even the dubbed version works great if you want to fully absorb those gorgeous, creepy visuals. This show respects your intelligence, trusts you to keep up with its intricate plotting, and rewards you with one of the most cohesive time travel narratives in television history. Every answer leads to new questions, every character has layers, and by the end, you'll be questioning causality itself. This is dark, and it absolutely lives up to its name. Hey, real quick, if you're vibing with these recommendations and want more shows that'll mess with your head in the best way, do me a solid and smash that subscribe button. And toss a like on this video too, because it genuinely helps us bring you more chaotic TV rants. Alright, back to the brain-breaking content. So you know that feeling when you meet someone who seems perfect, like suspiciously perfect, and you should probably run, but instead you're completely mesmerized? This show takes that concept and cranks it up to absolutely unhinged levels. We're following someone whose internal monologue is equal parts charming and deeply disturbing, and the fact that you're rooting for him while simultaneously being horrified by his actions is a testament to how well this psychological thriller pulls you in. 5 seasons of obsessive behavior, cross-country stalking disguised as romance, and plot twists that make you go, no, he did not just do that. Penn Badgley uses every ounce of his natural charisma to make you understand Joe's twisted logic, and it's uncomfortable how much sense it makes when you're in his head. The show constantly evolves, changing locations and love interests while maintaining that dark, twisted core that makes it so addictive. It's a romance novel gone horrifically wrong, and I mean that as the highest compliment. Each season peels back new layers of Joe's psychology while throwing increasingly wild situations at him, and watching him navigate his own delusions is equal parts fascinating and deeply unsettling. This is you, and yes, you need to watch this immediately. Imagine Fight Club meets techno-paranoia, meets corporate takedown, meets the darkest corners of the internet, all wrapped up in the most stylish cinematography you've ever seen. This show looks like a fever dream shot by someone who understands that visual storytelling can be just as important as dialogue, and every frame feels intentional and slightly off-kilter in a way that mirrors the protagonist's fractured mental state. Rami Malek delivers a career-defining performance as a hacker whose paranoia might actually be justified, and his dynamic with Christian Slater is electric in ways that keep shifting as the story unfolds. The twists in this show aren't just shocking, they're earned, they're meaningful, and they completely recontextualize everything you've watched up to that point. We're talking about corporate conspiracy, digital revolution, and personal demons all colliding in increasingly intense ways, while this pulsing techno score makes your heart race. 4 seasons of perfectly crafted television that knows exactly where it's going and sticks the landing in a way that'll have you immediately wanting to rewatch it with your new understanding. This is Mr. Robot, and it's an absolute masterclass in psychological thriller television. Mike Flanagan took Shirley Jackson's legendary horror novel and created something that's equal parts terrifying haunted house story and devastating family drama, and somehow it works perfectly. 2 timelines running parallel, one following a family of kids in a creepy mansion, another following those same kids as traumatized adults trying to deal with their past, and the way these storylines weave together is absolutely masterful. This isn't just jump scares and spooky ghosts, though there are some genuinely terrifying moments that'll make you pause to catch your breath. It's about generational trauma, grief, addiction, and the ways our childhood experiences shape us into broken adults. The horror is psychological and emotional as much as it is supernatural, and Flanagan understands that the scariest thing isn't the ghost, it's what the ghost represents. Every episode reveals new layers to both timelines, and there are hidden ghosts in the background that you won't catch until your second watch through. The performances are incredible across the board. The cinematography is gorgeous and unsettling, and that one episode with the long tracking shots, absolute television perfection. This is The Haunting of Hill House, and it will emotionally destroy you in the best way.
You know the business, and I know the chemistry.
And we're ending with a show that proved television could be cinematic art and gave us one of the most perfectly executed character transformations in entertainment history. A dying high school chemistry teacher decides to cook meth to leave money for his family, and what starts as a desperate act becomes a descent into darkness that'll have you questioning everything about morality, ego, and power. Bryan Cranston takes a character who should be sympathetic and slowly, methodically transforms him into something else entirely, while making every step feel earned and inevitable. The writing is so tight that every seemingly small moment early on becomes crucial later, and watching it all unfold is like watching a Greek tragedy in the New Mexico desert. Aaron Paul breaks your heart as the emotional core, while Cranston's character loses his, and their partnership is the beating heart of this perfectly paced masterpiece. The show respects your intelligence, trusts you to keep up with its layered storytelling, and delivers twists after twists that feel character-driven rather than manipulative. 5 seasons of television that never dropped in quality, never lost sight of its themes, and stuck the landing so well it redefines what prestige TV could be. This is Breaking Bad, and it's an absolute masterclass in psychological thriller television. And there you have it, fam. 8 shows that will absolutely wreck your brain in the most satisfying way possible. These series prove that plot twists aren't just about shock value, they're about character, consequence, and storytelling that respects your intelligence while keeping you on the edge of your seat. Remember, all the streaming details are in that pinned comment waiting for you, so go check those out and pick your next binge watch adventure. If you love this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment telling me which show you're starting first or which twist absolutely destroyed you. Until next time, keep watching, keep theorizing, and never trust a show that seems too straightforward. The best twists are always hiding in plain sight. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.